Welcome to Live Into Your Best Life, a show where people learn how to go from where they are to where they'd like to be in any area of life. If you're looking for a new job, wanting to improve your relationships, or even reclaim your health, Paulie Skaja will share with you a simple formula that can take you on a journey to begin to live into your best life in all areas of life. Now sit back and begin your journey.
Hello, and welcome to Live Into Your Best Life. I'm Paulie Skaja, your show's host, and today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. It's that idea that we should do things. And I'm here to ask you to stop shoulding on yourself. It's something that we get instilled in us at a young age. People start to tell us, you should do this, you ought to do that. And as we get older, we start to believe that we ought to be living our lives a certain way. If I do this, they're going to get upset. If I don't do that, they're not going to like me. If I make a different choice, instead of what I should be doing, then I might become a failure. There's no options. All these different scenarios get thrown at us throughout our years. And I'm here to ask you to consider the possibility that when you feel like you should do something, perhaps that is coming from someone else's ideas rather than your own. So as you're going through your day and you start to notice that feeling inside, ooh, I should really take a walk. Is that you wanting to take a walk? Or is that you having an internal voice that is someone else saying, if you wanted to blah, 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 you ought to do this thing. In the case of walking, it's for my health. I want to walk. I want to take action towards becoming stronger, healthier, more flexible. And walking daily, that's my choice. No one's telling me I should. So instead, I can shift that to I get to. I can make time, and I am going to set the timer, go for a walk, and take action. You can do that reframe with anything that's right for you and aligned with what you would like to be doing. One thing is, I'm an adult now. I really should have an adult-like job. Okay, who says what an adult-like job is? There's all types of jobs that require all types of skill sets. If you want to do certain things that usually teenagers do, perhaps there's an opportunity for a management role or a mentoring role. That's what comes with experience. And that usually tends to be an adult type job. As you're looking at what is it that you feel like you should or ought to be doing, get really clear on whose voice is saying this ought to be your focus. Whose voice is saying you should do certain things every day. You should avoid certain things every day. You should be doing this every month. So it's usually those cyclical topics that come up that we feel like we need to be taking action. And often we do certain activities because it's just part of our habit, part of our routine, part of something we've always done. And maybe we're not even thinking about, where did this come from? Why am I doing this? Do I want to be doing this? Now is your chance to get to look at all these things that you've been on autopilot doing. Allow yourself to pause before taking action to make sure that it's aligned with what you want to be doing and where you want your life to be going. Perhaps some of the routine activities helped you get where you are, and what got you here won't get you where you want to be. You have to take different action to get to that next level, to get to that next phase, to live that life that you know you deserve and that you're hungry for. By thinking about things from that vantage point, it allows you to open up the possibilities. It allows you to let go of some of those activities you've been doing and free up time so that you can really be doing the things you want to be doing. Now, as you look at the activities that have become routine, that have become second nature and habit, if they're things that you want to continue doing, instead of saying, I should, say something like, I get to. And notice how different it feels. If you've ever had the situation where you're unable to go for a walk, you're unable to go shopping, you're unable to spend time with people you enjoy, you get to when that opportunity presents itself again. And that's a totally different energy, allowing you to have more fun and allowing you to open up to the possibilities that this opportunity creates. You can do this in any area of life. So if you look at your health and wellness, I get to take 10 minutes just to sit and breathe and focus on my breath. Some people might call that a 10-minute meditation. I call it 10 minutes of breathing. And I notice what thoughts come into my mind and let them know that I will deal with them when I'm done with my break. But let me breathe. Being another idea is I get to schedule a 10-minute walk 3 times a day. And I'll be getting 30 minutes worth of activity in. The reason you may want to do that, it opens up the areas for creativity and things in a different way. And maybe you'll notice things that will help answer questions and provide guidance you hadn't even considered. Health and being, your mental acuity, so important. Now let's take that to the career aspect. Maybe you should look at what's the next level on your career path. And who says? Sometimes people say, if I'm in a role for a certain period of time, I ought to be looking at what's next. Some people are content being in the same role for many years, and that's okay. If you want to get a new role, if you want to see what's next, if you are excited about considering the options, go for it and reframe it by saying, I get to do this. I can. I have the resources to help me consider what's next. And I get to do that. If you're looking at relationships, figuring out, yeah, I really ought to spend time with this person, whoever it is. But if you have that feeling of, I have to, do you really want to? If there's a yucky feeling, then reconsider what makes you feel obligated. And instead of doing something out of obligation that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, what if you consider, maybe I don't have to see that person except specific holidays or when there's a specific group getting together or ever again. Maybe I can let that go because that relationship served a purpose and that purpose has been concluded. On the flip side, I get to go see my grandkids. I get to go see my kids. I get to go spend time with my friends. I should connect with my friends more often. I get to connect with my friends more often. Notice the difference? That's what you want to do in each area of your life. As you start to notice that you're doing things out of a sense of obligation, pause and ask yourself, are you really? Or is it really something you want to do? And then reframe how you look at it to lighten that energy and have more fun with it. And as always, be open to seeing possibilities, because sometimes we don't always see the breadcrumbs or the signs that are guiding us to information that may help us in another area of our lives. So being aware when you have an opportunity to take action and do something, often it will lead you to another step along your journey. So today, stop shooting on yourself and start looking at, do you want to do things or not? If not, let it go. And if you do, reframe it. I get to do this. I can do this. Feel the difference and enjoy making it happen. Until next week, this is Paulie Skaja with Live Into Your Best Life. If you're enjoying the show, please leave me a 5-star review, share it with your friends, and make sure that you subscribe so that you get notice every week. Until next week, enjoy the adventure.
Thank you for listening to Paulie Skaja, your show host for Live Into Your Best Life. Check out the show notes and visit her at paulieskaya.com to learn more and continue your journey. Until next week, enjoy the adventure.